This arbitrage strategy not only doubles your money every year, but also farms airdrop from major prediction markets. You can realistically achieve 1 to 2% per week, which compounds to 180% per year. And since you're buying both outcomes of the same event, there is no risk of the market going against you. The only real risks are technical, like orders not getting filled or you making a calculation error. Enough of gambling on random shitcoins and praying for a 4-year cycle to come back. By the end of this video, you will understand the simple beauty of this arbitrage strategy and why this opportunity will likely disappear once high-frequency bots move in. My name is Zhenya, I'm a crypto investor and the founder of meme coin trading app Apin. Big budgets, they raise a lot of venture capital, all of those budgets being spent on marketing. You see ads everywhere. We have Robinhood joining and having event contracts, as they call them. A lot of money being spent on prediction markets. Sometimes there are inefficiencies between those two platforms where the event is listed, where the market was established. If we look on any market, let's say Polymarket, we always see the price for the yes, and if we add the price for the no, it always will be a little bit even more than 100. Because the whole idea behind the betting on prediction market is that you buy yes for 76 cents, and when the market resolves, it will be $1, and that's 24%. Or if you buy no, and it ends up being no, then you will make the rest 75 cents. So that is the idea behind the yes and no and why it adds up to $1. But if you take two platforms, for example, Polymarket and Kalshi, sometimes for the same event, there will be a little disbalance. For example, here it's 76, but on Kalshi it will be 75 or 73. And because those are the inefficiencies in markets that we can exploit with prediction market arbitrage. As of now, it requires a lot of clicking, a lot of tracking of your position management, making sure that the rules for each of the markets are the same and it's not some intricate little difference. And that's why there is that arbitrage exists. However, I think it's the last year where this strategy exists, because I think it will be eventually automated by some arbitrage bots or by big funds, then they will just close the gap by writing some high-frequency trading algorithms. There are two tools that I found currently working. However, they are paid and they don't have any free trials. First one is ArbBets, and I'll show you what they offer. And their basic plan is $40 per week. They only give you sports arbitrage for this plan. And this is the panel that you will see inside. And the only options that they give you is very few options, and you can choose the bookmakers. They don't have the limitless, they don't have the opinion. Some of the new markets that exist right now on BNB chain and are very popular. And you see that there is only 4 options here. You can choose different countries, and it seems that they will offer more, but those are just bookmakers, and they are like not crypto affiliated in any way. They're just bookmakers, just like a casino where you can place the bets and try to find those differences. And let's say if we look at the prediction markets and we check one of the markets, all they do give you is this calculator that shows you how much you can make. And if you click on one of them, they give you a hyperlink to that market. And the other one is even grayed out. I don't know, maybe it's because it's the basic plan that I have, but I didn't like that whole experience. And the other one is from Secure Zero, and the name of the product is AlertPilot.io. Use the link in the description to sign up for AlertPilot. Their pricing is the following. The cheapest one is $100 per month. However, you can see that they give you different options here. If you pay more, they will give you an instant refresh rate if you're trying to build something with their API. And also, just even if you're looking at their dashboard, you will see that there is no latency. And they give you more options. There is a pro plan, an advanced plan. There are some discounts if you pay for 6 months and 12 months. However, you can go with a 100 per month option just to try it out and see if you like it and how do you feel about that whole strategy. Now, what are the things that you will need to execute this arbitrage strategy? You will be trading between different markets. So we will have Polymarket, Another one is Opinion. That's a new market that I didn't know about it. I thought that the one that I was aware of is Polymarket, Kalshi, Limitless. However, I learned that there is also Opinion and Probable. Those are the two new markets, and they are coming from BNB. Probably CZ is pumping them now. But they are based on the BNB and they are decentralized. And that is very important because, for example, in Kalshi, they are centralized. They almost like a bookkeeper, which means that there is no chain. You cannot look into the chain of the orders, and some of the functionality is not available, and you cannot see some of the charts, for example, because it's a centralized entity. So you will need Telegram because their AlertPilot also has a notification bot that will ping you of all available markets. So this is how the bot looks like, and it's constantly sending you new markets, and it shows you what is the maximum EV, or basically how much money you can make. And there is a lot of them, and they're very small, 16, 11 bucks. These are very small, and occasionally you will get something that's, let's see if there was anything available today. Here we have 112 max EV, and that is between Polymarket and Opinion. Here's another one, 159, which is again between Polymarket and Opinion, and it's the same market. It's just the looks like the spread changed a little bit. Here's another one. It's $352 maximum profit, and it's for Bitcoin price in January, and this market actually expires in just 3 days. So it's interesting that there was such a big spread between those two markets, between Polymarket and Kalshi. You will need a Polymarket account with funds on the Polymarket account. You will need the other markets, Opinion and Probable and Kalshi, as well, with money on them. Since Opinion and Probable are based on BNB, you will need to connect your wallet, either an extension, or you can transfer some money and create the wallet on those prediction markets. And you will need USDT on BNB chain, which is very simple. If you have MetaMask, OKX, Coinbase wallets, you can just bridge your assets to BNB and then get the USDT. So you can then deposit those USDT to the prediction market. And if you're learning new things, please press a like button for YouTube algorithms, so the YouTube suggests you more videos like this one and give you more opportunities and strategies for trading with prediction markets. Now, what are these new markets, Opinion and Probable? They are relatively new compared to Polymarket and Kalshi, and as I said earlier, they are based on BNB, and Opinion has an AI oracle. So for Polymarket, the oracle is Yuma protocol, where you actually need to stake some of the Yuma coins and to create the market, and then the resolution comes in, and then you get back it's kind of like a deposit. However, for Opinion market, there is an AI that decides whether the event happened or not, I guess based on the information available online. And we will see how accurate it is, but they had some really good success, and they have a lot of funding. So again, a lot of big marketing budget. They have the points program, and you can see here on Dune dashboard the explosive growth of the Opinion. It's in the orange. So they started somewhere in October, or at least that's when the Dune started to track the growth of Opinion market. And then for the Probable, you can see that the notional value is over $1 billion now, close to $2 billion. And again, just a hockey stick of growth. And they started just in December, they started to track this dashboard, their data and statistics. And there are a total of 23,000 users, and roughly on average, you get like 3,500 per day. Polymarket, Opinion, and Probable, they are not available in US officially because they are still in the process of registering with CFTC, the registration that Kalshi has, for example, and you will need to use VPN. And the best one is NordVPN. If you use the link in the description, you will get additional 3 months off on your subscription, so you can use all of these platforms. When you first open AlertPilot, you will get the Polymarket against Opinion, and they will be ranked by profit right here at the top. And you can see the profit, they will be decreasing $500, 200, 200, and then it will be lower and lower. Now let's select one of these markets. You will have the side panel, and you need to look at this details, order book, calculator, and arbitrage. Now the chart is the current spread, and you can see that there was this big difference at the beginning, and then it's closed a little bit, and now it's only 1% spread. And the details, you will have the AI reasoning. That's basically AI telling about both of these markets, about the rules. You will also get the exact rule that is written on the market. You will always can navigate to the market itself and read it by yourself, but also AI does it for you. And let's select here the order book. Order book is just shows you the depth of the market. It's just the same as the on Binance or any centralized exchanges, decentralized exchanges, Hyperliquid. It shows you how many orders exist at which levels. And the third option is calculator, and that is probably the most important one because you will be looking at this number, max profitable, 87,000. If you choose this amount, 87,000, and you type it in here, it gives you this number, $500, and that is the number that is the max available profit. So if you will split this 87K between the two positions, one would go to the Polymarket and the other one will go to the Opinion, you can make $500. And the return on investment here is 0.6%. And you might think that it's a lot of money just to make $500. Yes, it is a lot of money. However, remember that you're not risking any of that money. You're going to place the bet and you're just going to wait for the spread to close. You don't even need to wait for the market to resolve. And I'll talk about this a little bit later. But let's finish the reviewing what you see here. You have the return on investment, you have the cost basis, and it gives you the instruction what you should be doing. What's the average price right now on the Polymarket side and what's on the Opinion side. And it also gives you the fees because, for example, on Polymarket, there is no fee. However, Opinion right now charges 0.18% fee, and it will be deducted from your profits. And then you have these two buttons that will navigate to the respective platform, Polymarket and Opinion in our case, where you will have to place those trades. Remember, I told you that it still requires to do a little bit of clicking and position management, and this is an example of that because you need to go to the respective platform and actually type in what you planning to buy and what you're planning to sell and double check all those details. However, the AlertPilot is the platform that tells you where to go and where the biggest arbitrage is. And the last one is arbitrage. Again, it repeats what from the calculator side. Let's say we want to put only $1,000 into this one. It would be not very attractive because there is only 1%. So on $1,000, you will make only $10. But again, it's free money. You can maybe hire someone and just put him and give him instruction what to do. And you can just collect this money again and again. So in arbitrage, you will have the exact steps that you need to take. It tells you that on the step first is you buy Polymarket yes, and you buy Polymarket and you buy Opinion no. And because it's less than $1, then you have this edge, and you can see that there is this 1%. It's only 99 cents. Should be $100, but it's only 1%. And then it also calculates the profit given how much you're planning to put. So let's go back to our filters because we were looking at the market that requires a lot of money. It's only 1%. It shows you 1% spread. Let's find some markets that have higher percent and we don't need to put 80K to make $500. One way to do that here exists. Here's one example, 3.8% spread and the total profit is only $100. And you can see there is a more interesting chart. When looking at this market, for example, we see that there is only 5,700 max profitable. And the max profit that you can have, let's say we choose this 5,700, the max profit is only $101. Now, why one market it was 87K and here we only can put 5K? It's because different markets have different liquidity. It's not there. One markets are more popular and there is more volume, more traders involved in that market. And the others are smaller. And if you come in and place, let's say, more than 5K, maybe 10K, it's going to close that spread and you're not going to profit in any way. So that's why some of the markets, they might have bigger spreads. For example, this one has a bigger spread. It's 3.8%, but it's only $100 possible to make here because otherwise you're going to close it if you increase your initial investment. So besides the profit sorting, we can also sort by spread and look at the highest spread. So this one has 5% spread, but only 40 cents profit. So here there will be fewer profits, and also there is volume. Those are the Polymarket, and let's see if we choose here Kalshi and select volume, we see here 300 bucks, 300, 350, 300, 300. So this you can see it's more lucrative. However, you can also see that some of these, they are very distant. For example, 2028 Democratic nominee for president. This event will resolve only in 2 years. And you don't want to put your money and wait for 2 years, and you don't have to. This is the beauty of the strategy, is that you only need to wait until the spread closes. But if you don't want to even get involved with the markets that are very distant, there's also expiring, and this would be the markets that expire very soon. And you see here 1 day, 5 days, 5 days, they expire much faster. And just a quick note, I was telling you why Kalshi is less advantageous here, because it's not decentralized. We cannot see the chart of the spread between Polymarket and Kalshi, because Kalshi is centralized, they don't provide the data. However, Opinion, on the other hand, they do provide the data, and for each of the markets, AlertPilot shows us this chart. And you can see here that we have these two lines, and sometimes they go really far between each other. And those are the moments when you want to enter the position. So here it's 4%, 4.5% spread. And then just a little bit later, a couple hours later, the spread it becomes smaller and more narrower, and it's 2% only. And you basically want to get in when the spread is the largest and close the position when the two charts intersect, when there is no more spread, and that is where you make the money, because this is the inefficiency in the market that you're capturing, and the market balances each other and the inefficiency gets closed. And again, you don't need to wait for multi-month or multi-year events. All you need to wait is for the spread to diminish and just cross. Right here on the left pane, there is an item called positions. And if you open it, you will have an empty one if you haven't taken any position. And you can enter your two wallets, the Polymarket one and Opinion one. You won't be able to enter the Kalshi one because, again, they're not decentralized. It's not crypto. But Opinion is, and the information is getting pulled from the chain. And if you are in the trade, if you have the two positions, the AlertPilot will show you the difference, what's the current situation, where is the spread, and what's your profit. So I took this trade for Starmer out by December 31st, 2026. You can see that it's 1 year away, but there was an inefficiency here for 2.8%. And I'm right now waiting for this spread to close. And AlertPilot will give me 3 options how to close it. And they give you the instruction to either close with the limit order on Polymarket and the market on Opinion, or market order on Poly and limit on Opinion, and the other option also present. The reason why I chose this market is when I saw the chart, I saw that there is very frequently intersection of the two lines. And right now we are in this wide area where there is this 5% spread. And I'm pretty sure that soon they will intersect and I'll be able to close the position and I will make 5% riskless. And on top of that, I will get the airdrop Opinion from Polymarket. So that is the strategy. Here's where you need to pay attention, because if market says Starmer out by December 31st, 2026, and it gives us that there is 52 cents on one market, on Polymarket, and 48 on the Opinion. But if we will click on go to Opinion, by default, it gives us 3 options. There is June 30, 2026, December 31st, 2026, and December 31, 2025. And our market specifically is for December 31st, 2026. You need to select this one, and only here we see the price of 48 cents. And the same one for Polymarket. We need to go to this market. It has 2 options, and we need to select specifically December 31st, 2026, and this is our 50. And that is the part that is still hard to automate. Maybe there will be some agents built soon that will do all of that, but that is the part that I'm telling you that you still need to verify those things, because with this strategy, it only makes sense to do it when you start to move something like $1,000, $2,000, because then it makes sense to make like 20, 50, 60 bucks per trade. That is why I'm stressing that this might be the last year when you can still use this strategy, because the automation will come in, trading bots will come in, the Polymarket and Opinion, they might start providing some very convenient APIs. There will be high frequency traders and market makers that will come into this business. So use this strategy and farm some of those Opinion and Polymarket points for the airdrop. Use the link in the description to sign up for AlertPilot, and also press a like and follow for YouTube algorithm, and I'll see you in the next video.